Well, Kimberly is based a lot off of me, like her personality-wise. It's pretty much the same. I kind of stick to myself. I'm quiet most of the time. I don't like to get in trouble, and I don't think anybody does. But I don't like to get in trouble, and I'm a good person.
She's a good girl.
I'm a goody two shoes.
She's a good.
And I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? I worry a little too much. Yeah.
I would say probably 75% of Rachel is based off of me. I mean, obviously, we're 14 and our characters are like 17, 18. So we can't do a lot of the things they do, obviously because we're younger, but the personality is pretty pretty head-on, pretty specific, pretty based on me. I'm pretty conceited. Which is, yeah, just putting that out there right off the bat. I'm loud, I'm outspoken, I speak too much, a lot. I think after I say something, I don't say, I just let stuff come out of my mouth that shouldn't sometimes, which gets me into a little bit of trouble.
A lot of trouble.
I think the feelings part of her, like the way she acts and the way her emotions run, are pretty head-on. I'm pretty tough on the outside, but I'm the kind of girl that'll go home and cry if something bad happens to her, but I'll keep it all together at school. Because it just doesn't always hit me until later. But then again, sometimes I can just break down, and yeah. The looks, I mean, obviously, because our pictures on the banner and stuff like that are
us.
Supposed to be our characters. It's kind of odd, I guess, because we don't really look like our characters, like, age-wise, but you know, yeah.
You get it.
Yeah. Edgar.
He's old.
I mean, physically, he's like whatever age you imagine him to be in your head. We didn't really have a specific age for him because we weren't going to go into that much detail with him in this story.
Thanks.
Yeah. Which, yeah, but I was kind of getting to a part in one of the chapters that it never really worked out, but I was kind of thinking, because I think I mentioned something in the story about him reminding me of a pirate. Yeah. Did I? Yeah. So I was just kind of thinking he'd be like that era, so that's a couple hundred years old. He's pretty old, but
whatever you guys
imagine him to look like is just fine with us, you know. It's not something that we worry about too much. So far we have 3 stories planned out.
1 completed, we're working on the 2nd one.
And then the 3rd one. Obviously we can't tell you what's gonna happen in the 3rd one, because then it would give away what happens at the end of the 2nd one. Which is a no-no. Obviously.
If we get any more ideas, we might continue with the 4th story, but that's...
Or more, like, you know, yeah. It just all depends on how things work out.
Like, we just might come up with some random thing.
As soon as you get those, like, 90 to 100 chapter stories that are, like, going nowhere, it turns into this stupidly boring thing, and people begin to not even like the good ones of the story. So, obviously we won't be, like, dragging it out
so far
for ages. But we're gonna try to, I think we're definitely gonna try to drag the stories out. Drag the stories out further, so they go a little further.
But we're not gonna do too much because we don't want you guys to get bored.
Exactly. So, I guess whatever happens, happens.